Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great as always. Today we are coming back to Dark Souls 3 and I am hoping to finish up what I have in the dungeons, potentially have a rematch against the Red Invader in the beginning, and hopefully finish up the next little zone that is ahead of us. So let's get into it. Alright, here we are at Firelink, where we stopped last time. I haven't talked to you in a long time. What are you gonna say?
You offed the Lords of Cinder, the Undead Legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
This guy annoys me. He exists in every game.
I failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place.
Oh yeah, there's that. I forgot.
I pity the sorries.
Right. Okay, so we have... Did I put Aldrich on the throne? I did not, did I? Let's do that. What do we have here? Yhorm. Aldrich. Oof, look at him. Barely even a skull left. And slugs all over. Beautiful. Can I can't talk to you right now, can I? I wish the distance on that wasn't as short as it is.
Aha, thou returned, and a fine day it is. So, happened upon any twisted souls? Ah, most illustrious Lord Seeker, or should I say, Lord Slayer? Fine kindling for the thrones, is it not? Each soul truly worthy of lordship. And all slain by thy hand, to bind them to their thrones, even in death. Oh, I have no qualms, for as we are to our thrones, thou art to thy duty. In fact, methinks thou'st helped these poor lords along their rightful path. Ah, fine kindling for the thrones, is it not?
Let's see if this guy says something else now that I put Aldrich on.
I pity the sorries.
I guess not. I do not remember his quest, unfortunately, so it's probably going to be a little bit of eyeballing and figuring it out as we go. And yes, I have an undead bone shard to burn. Just one, yep. Okay, you know what? Let's do the invader first. Or try, I guess. I need to get... I probably should have gone to the other bonfire, the distant manor. But maybe I can trigger him still. That was glitchy for a second there. Okay. Let's see if it works. Yep. I probably should have practiced first because I'm probably gonna suck this time around. Hey. Nope. Ooh. Hey, I got him. Murakumo. Let's check out the weapon. Is that it? Yes. The curved greatsword of Alva, seeker of the spurned, specially forged in an eastern land. Sharp but heavy, the sword requires extreme strength and dexterity to wield. The search for the spurned had no end, and so the wayfaring knight warmed to a most deformed weapon. It doesn't look terribly deformed to me. Skill, Spin Slash. Slice into foes with a large spinning motion, and continue spinning to transition into a strong attack. Huh. That makes me think. Continue spinning to transition into a strong attack. So, I was doing the weapon art, so let's do it. Okay. Oh, I almost yeeted myself out of off a cliff. That's lame. Okay. Yeah. So it's L2, R2 for a combo. Well, that was successful. I never realized that Murakumo and these swords have basically the same weapon art. It looks different because the weapons are different, but the skill itself is the same. Right. So, I think now we need to continue the Profaned Capital bonfire. And see what we find. Right. If I could remember which way to go, that would be great. There are a couple of items here that are kind of tricky to get. Like, for instance, there's one over there. I don't remember how to get it. Let's go this way. Oh god. I knew that was coming. How they see me all the way from over there, it's kind of crazy. Got a gargoyle on the bridge. This little nook. People are praying to something. Okay. Good lord. I think I actually want to go elsewhere. also curious about that gargoyle sitting on that tower over there. Right. Broken ladder over there. Alright, let's go down. Let's see what we can find down there. That is where I came from. No, wait, it's not. But this is where I could go. Should we drop down? Where is it gonna lead us? Oh, let's try it. Can always homeward bone. When in doubt. Not much going on here. Curious little nook. Now how to get up there too. Oh, of course there was a ladder. How does one get there? Looks to be from the other side of something. Is this how you get that item on the wall? Sure is. Rusted coin. That was worth it. Okay. Oh god. I forgot about you. It is so cool how he uses his wings as a shield. Okay, this is what we saw from the other side. And that was the gargoyle that was sitting on the tower. Awesome. Can they see me from here? They can't. Alright, let's go inside of here. Aw. Sucks. There we go. Twinkie! Ah, missed him. Damn it. Oh well. Okay. Well, we got one of them. That's something I forgot about this hole. That would have been fun. There we go. Now, question is, I don't think I have any moss that I need. So I'm gonna need to go back to Firelink before moving on. Unfortunately. Because that thing ahead is toxic. Let's pick this thing up and home and bone to Firelink after that. Oh, well maybe I don't need it. This is exactly the moss that I actually wanted. Alright, so where to drop is the question. Here, perhaps? If I can drop right on top of you, that would be good. Come on. Okay, we got one. Oh, that one's freaking out. Can you come? The buildup of toxic is so fast. It's ridiculous. There are a couple of items down that way. I should probably go get them. Woohoo! Purging stone. Yeah, I think there's 2 items that way. Do you hear that? Sounds lovely. Someone just walking about. Heavy, heavy steps. Okay, let's go. This is awful. Very toxic. Cursed bite ring. Okay. So far, so good. Come on. Poison gem. There. Perfect. Now we can get out. Actually go here. There. Not terrible. I remember when starting the game and you get toxic, it's almost a death sentence because the ticks are so fast and the build-up is so quick. But at this point, maybe it's not as terrible. Were there any items down this way? I do not remember. Oh, there was one. All the way in the end. How sucky. Maybe I'll get it on the way back. Now this lovely place, with this beautiful mob that I really hate fighting, by the way. of course, this is what you get from fighting it. Goddamn dung pie. Hey, that's that item that I saw. Nice. And of course it's rubbish. What else would it be? Oh, I remember who's making those noises. There's a room downstairs that you can access from the toxic swamp side. Yeah, the gate is like right under me right now. Okay, let's deal with the mimic. I am actually inclined to not fight him because I don't want to. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it. I always forget which item it actually is. There. Or Sorcerer's Staff. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now here is where we get a friend. A guy who's gonna attack us. Oh god. Eat shit. Logan's scroll. Let's go pick this up. Poison arrow. And then get in here. Wrath of the Gods. Actually a really good spell. It used to kind of dominate things in Dark Souls 2. It was really fun to use. Alright, so now, an important thing. See this window here? This is how we save Sigurd. I don't know, I don't think I have the key yet, but we might just get it now. Or maybe I do have the key, and the one that I'm about to get here is for Harla. This is kind of a fucky place too, because I'll show you. Yep. Invisible ones. Isn't that great? The very first time I was here, of course, I looked at this wall and saw nothing. So I go this way, pick up whatever I find, and then I get ambushed from the back by those two guys. It's great. Jailer's keyring. Also, you see our friend here? Okay, let's see if we can find or save Sigurd. So making that jump sucks, by the way. For me, at least. Yep. I always do it too soon, too late, just all around in the wrong way possible. God damn it. I thought I did it right that time. See, if I press the jump button, that might actually be helpful. There we go. Finally. Hello. Can I talk to you first? Yes.
Oh! Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. Oh, look at me. Trapped like a rat. But you needn't worry. I've just been sitting here weighing my options. Moment has almost come. I just need a bit more time. My liberation requires a key. But the key is outside.
That's how it works with jail cells, yes.
Riddle for the ages.
Who would have thought?
My with the
Old cell key. I did have it already. Okay, so you get it, where a bunch of basilisks are. I think that's where it was. Hi, Raddies. So this is the window that we could have used to talk to Sigurd from over there?
You are a saint. Once again, you are my valiant savior. I, Sigvard of Katarina, express my deepest gratitude. Take this, a token of my thanks. Go on. It's all yours.
Tight Night Slab, woo!
No, please. Go on ahead. I've my own road to take, and a duty to fulfill. Very soon.
Sorry, Sigurd.
No,
His duty is part of our duty as well. What does that say? Ally. Well, I think we are done with this nook here, unless we want to go down and face even more hand monsters, which we might do. Alright, give me a few minutes, which for you guys is going to be less than a second, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Let's go down and see what we can do with all of those hands. And maybe this too. Shriving stone. I don't think I needed that. Oh wait. Lovely. You know what? I think I'm just gonna run around. Oh, he ate me. Oh, goody. Oh my god. I'm just gonna go. Those hands are horrible. Okay. I think I'm gonna homeward bone. And we can actually go back and free Carla now. because we have the jailer's key ring. Alright, let's just hope I'm not gonna go back to the swamp again. How much do I need to level up? 29. Okay, not quite then. Alright. Irithyll Dungeon, the favorite. You know, come to think of it, I probably should have used the Profaned Capital bonfire because it's closer. So I don't know what I was thinking. There we go. Right. Where... It's that second ladder that I need. There we go. Now, what is this gargoyle gonna do? Is it gonna show up for me? Yep. Got it. Let's fight it over here, if we can. Come on, gargoyle. Oh, wow. Where'd you... Ooh! I poise broke it. That was awesome. One second. Alright. I'm back here. Sorry, the dog was being silly. So, this is where I actually needed to go because it's gonna lead me back to that large room with a bunch of ladies. And did I miss an item? Is that right? Oh. How did I overlook that? I wonder. Okay. Ladies. They are so slow. And there's so many. Four, 2, and 2. Total of... Where are you going? It's a weird pathing that she's doing. Okay. This is gonna be tough. Maybe I made a mistake with trying to do this from this side. That's 2. Oh, I can't believe they didn't see me. That's amazing. They did see me a little bit. Because they took away just a tiny chunk of my health. Okay, these 2 are up. Let's see if I can manage. Run, 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 run. Okay, they didn't see me again. That's good. Alright. So... 2 left? No. So far, so good. This is a long way to do it, but this is just much safer. And personally, I think using ranged weapons here is going to be very beneficial. This is all right? Yeah. And I need to get to Carla here. How did I miss this item? Oh, right! It's because I killed that invader. I kind of forgot that this shows up. Oh, there's a rat. Anyway, I need to get to the cell, and there's one more jailer in my way. This bitch. Done. Hello, Carla.
Oh, there you are. I thought you'd all but forgotten me. How sweet. Good to know that a skinny little heretic can still turn heads. Oh, you're not one of them, are you? Accept my apologies for mistaking you for one of those leeches. So, what business have you here? This is a land of monstrosities, and I am no exception. You're
Offer
here to
help?
save me. But I'm guilty. A wretched child of the abyss. Is that something you can forgive? Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
You are
mind.
no ordinary woman.
I've done some shit.
Very well. Besides, I've grown tired of imprisonment. I am Carla, and I accept your proposal.
I do love how every NPC that you save, besides Sigurd, is just disappearing whenever they want to. Like, did you guys actually need saving? Or did you just, you know, look for an excuse to move on with your life? I might actually have enough souls right now to level up, so I'm going to head over to Firelink. And after that, we can continue with the Profaned Capital because the dungeons are officially done. I could not be more happy. Oh. What a strange sign placement. Hawkwood's shield. I think this guy, this crestfallen knight guy, wherever he is. Oh, he left? Did he? He did. Okay. That might be my cue to talk to you and see what you tell me.
Ah, well, just good to see what needs.
I forgot that I picked it up.
Where did you happen upon this call? This is much too dark. I see the abyss in it. Yet a smith I remain. I won't turn down a request. But forget not, your fight is for the flame and for your fellow kin, just like mine.
Yeah?
A cursed fate this may be, but hope remains, does it not?
There.
Oh, by the by, if you find any est, they can be used without those, and they'll all,
Okay, may not be time then.
weapons and when you but I'll date it so. They're simple. Bring the bismuth in back. Oh, by the by, if you make it without those flasks.
Well, let's talk to Carla anyway. Oh, and you too.
Oh, hello, you're back, and in one piece.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Never mind.
Ah, there you are. As I said, I am Carla, and am grateful to you. Now, what shall we do? The only thing that might interest you is my sorcery. Although my dark arts are a detestable sort, that wouldn't interest you, would it? You're a wicked one, aren't you?
You got me there.
Very well. Humans are of the dark, and you are no different. Some may avert their eyes, but the truth remains the truth. Be careful, though. Few humans are privy to this knowledge. Let it be a secret, kept between you and I.
Divine Tome. And Pyromancy Tome. Alana, Grave Warden. Oh, that's right, because the Pyromancy dude refused.
The Quailana, Witch of Irithyll. Well, this is a fascinating pyromancy. Very well. If this is your wish, I will unravel the thing the best I can. Besides, it will be nice to play master for once. Oh, another pyromancy tome, have we? And one that resonates with the dark, yes. Well suited to me. I may be a heretical sorcerer, but you bring
I was
me
about to
nothing
say.
but pyromancies. Fiendish little lass, you.
Aw. Okay.
Do stay safe.
Let's go. Let's go and level up. Because I think we should be able to. I'll need to figure out where
Welcome
the
home,
crestfallen knight went.
Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then take.
There. Endurance? Sounds good.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Alright, on to the Profaned Capital. Alright, here we go. This time, we are taking this ladder here. How trolly would that be if they started shooting fire right at you as you are descending the ladder? Okay, I think there's gonna be... Yeah, you. A gargoyle. Coming for you. No, 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 no. Go back. Or come back, I guess. Oh, he's alive. I did not see that. Unpleasant surprise. Alright, let's make it. Oh my god. There is another way to get to the side where the fire is being thrown at you. You can drop down and basically follow the ruins all the way down there and attack them from that side. But this is how we're doing it. There is another gargoyle here. I think... Where is it coming from? I can never tell. Can we deal with the ladies first before the gargoyle? Let's try. Ooh. There's the gargoyle. There's not even a loot. But check out all of this treasure just piled up on top of corpses. There's a story to this zone. It is pretty deep and sad. And this is why this kind of scenery is happening here. I am not being careful at all. I should be better at this. So this way is where the ladies are. Shooting fire. And this way is where our boss is. But let's check out what they are up to. They're looking good. So interestingly, it is the same model as the jailers. But they don't do the same things. Like, they don't take away your health. Which is very welcome, but kind of an interesting reuse of the same character. Bonfire ahead. That is a lie, by the way. But now we are free to explore this little nook here. Every time I play, I just expect these gargoyles on pedestals to come to life. I don't think they do, but the fear is always there. So yeah, this is where you would have come from had you taken that rubble and used it to get down here. I think this is the triggering point for me, because it is at the end of the very ridge, and usually whenever an item like that shows up, it just means that there's going to be something behind you coming to life. Oh, you know what? I never checked out Alva's stuff. Alva Helm. Protection of Alva, Seeker of the Spurned. The steel helm was trimmed to reduce weight. To this day, troubadours sing of tales of the wandering knight Alva and his travels, and of his involvement with the saint and the witch. Needless to say, the songs traditionally end in tragedy. That is not surprising. Alva armor. Same thing? I'm actually pretty happy with my armor, but what about gloves? Alva gauntlets. Nah, I don't like how it looks. Alright, we have one more nook to take a look at. And we can move on to the boss. Is there more gargoyles? Yeah. Let's see. Let's deal with one. There we go. Oh, she's just waiting for me. How lovely. At least we got rid of the gargoyle. I'm thankful for that. Ooh, they are so creepy. Just the way they walk. Here we go. I forgot! Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. Woo! Oh god. Great shield of glory. Great shield of glory. Oh my goodie. That one is also a mimic, isn't it? I think so. No hugs. There we go. Rusted gold coin. That was worth it. Alright, this might be time for the boss. And it's got a gimmick. What do you say? Lord of Cinder ahead. Alright, let me go grab some more tea and we can tackle this guy. Alright, I'm back and here we are. I might die right now, but I will... Yes! We did everything right. Hello, Siegfried.
Yhorm, old friend. I, Siegfried of the Knights of Catarina, have come to uphold my promise. Let the sun shine upon this Lord of Cinder.
So sad. This whole Halloween process is so sad. Okay, I need to make it over there before Cinder dies. Where are you? You did it? Whew. Gonna do it. Oh, Sigurd died. God damn it. God damn it. Well, Sigurd died anyway, so we didn't do the greatest of jobs. That was going so well until he died. Alright, made it back. I accidentally died by falling off a cliff, so my souls are goners. And Sigurd is still dead. That is unfortunate. It is a lot more difficult without Sigurd. Run! You silly character. So close. Oh, we did it. Ah, shit. I forgot. Well, this isn't over.
Unkindled one. The fire fades and awaits its one last reward. Prince Lothric is in your hands.
Didn't even let me take the bonfire. I wonder how that would have worked if Sigurd survived. Huh. Ember restored. So, here's the story. If Sigurd survived, he would have told us about his lost duty that he was supposed to fulfill, which was to free Yhorm from his current situation, which is he hollowed, so he's not really himself anymore, and he had a pact with his friend Sigurd that if it were to happen to him one day, that Sigurd would take care of well, killing him, I guess. And that's why Sigurd also had the Storm Ruler that was behind Yhorm in his boss room, because Yhorm gave it to him for this specific purpose, because this is the only weakness that he really had. had we tried to kill him normally, that would have taken forever, first of all. And second of all, he would have been taking very little damage because normal attacks, he's very strong against normal attacks. So there's that. But now that we have killed 3 lords, we were transported back into Lothric in front of this lady that gave us that blue... What was it? Way of the Blue. Yeah. So she essentially redirected us into the wrong way, so to speak. But we found our lords anyway, and now that we did, she summoned us back. But now she's dying.
Prince Lothric is in your hands. Please save his soul. Tell him what he must be, a lord.
And she's dying because someone has been sent back here, back to Lothric Castle, to deal with the prince. And she was basically in the way. And we are going to fight that someone soon. But I think I might need a little break before I do that. And also, I need to homeward bone out of here. Because I have a bunch of souls and I'm probably going to die. Alright guys, we are back where Emma died. I leveled up once. I put another point in endurance. Probably didn't need to, but I don't want to anyway. So, let's trigger the fight. Menacing. There she is. So I assume that she is the one who killed Emma. This is a tough fight for me. Always has been. The grab is brutal, by the way. Yikes. Ah, I thought I would avoid that. That was a good first attempt though, not gonna lie. Alright, we're back. Yikes, I did not see that coming. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. Got her. Second try. That was good. Woohoo! Alright, let's open our passage. I got a little greedy there in the end, and I admit that. And that could have been fatal, but it worked out in the end. However, would not recommend. Here we go. And we are on to the second part of the game. But I actually need to go back to Firelink again and level up. And we have another ashes to put on the throne, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so Yhorm was on this side. Yeah, here. Yes.
Welcome home, speaker. Very well, then taken.
Okay, let's bring this to 35. Yeah, I can actually do that.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the...
Yeah, let me just get myself up to 31,000 and we'll talk again. So, to those...
Ashen
That should be enough.
Welcome home, speaker. Very well, then taken.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Farewell, Ashen. May the...
Okay. That was silly. Let's eat one of those. Is this enough? No. Okay, let's eat another then. That is still not enough. I cannot math today. That should do it.
Welcome, speaker. Very well, then taken.
Alright, after this, we should think about what else we're gonna try to level up.
Farewell, Ashen.
But for now, I think we're good for the day. Alright guys, so that was another episode of Dark Souls 3, and thank you so much for watching. I am excited about the progress that I've made today. I finished out the rest of the Irithyll Dungeons and completed the Profaned Capital. Albeit Profaned Capital is extremely small, but we defeated 2 bosses today. We got our 3rd Lord, after which we got transported into Emma's room, where Emma was laying down dying, and Dancer was hiding above in the rafters, apparently. But we got both Yhorm and the Dancer on the 2nd try, which is kind of amusing. I have to say, I usually have a lot more trouble with Dancer, so it was a bit surprising that I managed to get her down on the 2nd time. But I am excited that that happened, because she could be a pretty big hurdle. It's kind of, there are 2 camps of people that I know of, and one of them is having so many issues with the Dancer, and it's kind of a very major roadblock for their playthrough. And other people tend to trigger her early, because you can do that if you kill Emma yourself. That will trigger the Dancer fight. So you could do that as soon as you get to Vort, even before you fight Vort, if you're so inclined. And they manage just fine. So I don't know. And it's kind of a hit or miss for me, myself. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please leave me a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye now.